Okay, who knows what the word pollinate means? Who thinks they knows what that word means? Kevon.
It means collect pollen from whatever they collect pollen.
It means pollinate is when you collect pollen from other flowers and plants. Who usually pollinates trees? We just read about this. Bees. Bees pollinate trees and animals. So pollination is how plants reproduce. Okay? A troop of monkeys scampered down the canopy of the kapok tree. They chattered to the sleeping man. Senor, we have seen the ways of man. You chop down one tree, then come back for another and another. The roots of these great trees will wither and die, and there will be nothing left to hold the earth in place. When the heavy rains come, the soil will be washed away, and the forest will become a desert. So they're basically saying if you keep chopping down these trees, we'll no longer have a rainforest. Remember you said how rainforests are growing smaller and smaller? And that's because people keep chopping down trees like the kapok tree. And these trees aren't growing back. I just said, how long does it take a kapok tree to grow? Who remembers the number that I gave out? Josiah. 300 years. A toucan, a macaw, and a cock of the rock flew down from the canopy. Senor, squawk, the toucan, you must not cut down this tree. We have flown over the rainforest and seen what happens once you begin to chop down trees. Many people settle on the land. They set fires to clear the underbush, and soon the forest disappears. Where once there was a life and beauty, only black and smoldering ruins remain. So this man is doing something very dangerous by cutting down this kapok tree. And like it said before, he cuts down one tree. And what happens after he cuts down one tree?
He cut down another tree.
He comes back and cuts down another tree. And another tree, another tree until the rainforest disappears. And rainforest is so important to all of us. Okay, let's finish reading. A bright and small tree frog crawled along the edge of a leaf. In a squeaky voice, he piped in the man's ear, Senor, a ruined rainforest means ruined lives. You will leave many of us homeless if you chop down this great kapok tree. So the frogs are saying, if you cut down this tree, a lot of us animals that live in a tree won't have a home to live in anymore. I love the way you guys are patiently sitting and listening. A jaguar had been sleeping along the branch in the middle of the tree. Because his spotted coat blended in with the dappled light and the shadows of the understory, no one noticed him. Now he leapt down and padded silently over to the sleeping man. He growled in his ear, oh, Senor, the kapok tree is home to many birds and animals. If you cut it down, where will I find my dinner? So if he cuts down a kapok tree, then this jaguar may starve to death and have nothing to eat. Why would the jaguar go hungry if he cuts down a kapok tree? Jada, why do you think the jaguar would be hungry if this man cuts down the kapok tree?
If he cuts down the kapok tree, then all the other animals will die, and he don't want to eat dead animals.
He won't want to eat dead animals. He won't have anything to hunt and to eat. Nakaya.
And he won't have anything. He won't have no more. He won't have no more birds flying.
Jaden.
And if the animals die, he'll probably die with them too.
He'll probably die with them too. That's exactly what would happen. So are we seeing why this kapok tree is so important?
Yes.
So we're going to keep reading. 4 tree porcupines swung down from branch to branch and whispered to the man, Senor, do you know what happens? What we animals and humans need in order to live? Oxygen. And Senor, do you know what trees produce? Oxygen. If you cut down the forest, you will destroy that which gives us all life. And oxygen is the gas that we breathe to stay alive. Everybody taking a big breath like this. And now exhale. That was oxygen that you just breathed in. And if all the trees are cut down in the rainforest, we keep cutting down trees, we won't have any oxygen to live, to breathe and live. And just like the jaguar relies on the kapok tree to live, we rely on trees to live by breathing in its oxygen. So the porcupine is saying, if you cut down the trees, all of us are going to die. Several anteaters climbed down the kapok tree with their young clinging to their backs. The unstriped or stripped anteater said to the sleeping man, "Senor, you are chopping down this tree with no thought for the future. And surely you know what happens tomorrow depends upon what you do today. The big man tells you to chop down a beautiful tree. He does not think of his own children who tomorrow must live in a world without trees. Raise your hand and tell me if we can live in a world without trees. Is it possible? Raise your hand and tell me if it's possible. Josiah, is it possible to live in a world without trees? No. Why is it not possible to live in a world without trees?
Because most trees produce our food, oxygen.
Yeah. Most trees produce our food, and all trees produce oxygen. And we need oxygen to breathe. That's that gas we need to breathe. Let's breathe again. Now exhale. That was possible because of trees. So when it says he does not think of tomorrow because of what he's doing today. Raise your hand. A three-toed sloth had begun clinging down from the canopy when the first man appeared. Only now did she reach the ground, plodding ever so slowly over to the sleeping man. She spoke in her deep and lazy voice. Senor, how much is beauty worth? Can you live without it? If you destroy the beauty of the rainforest, on what would you feast your eyes? And I'm going to show you this picture moves really slow like a sloth would move. Because like Jaden said earlier, sloths move very slow. Here she is. Yes, Nakai.
She got a baby in her hand.
She has a baby in her hand.
That's why she's really slow, because she might drop the baby.
She may drop the baby. Remember when I asked you guys, do children live in the rainforest?
Yes.
And we all gave a thumbs up?
Yes.
Taylor, you have something to say? Okay. We're going to find out. A child from the Yanomamo tribe who lived in the rainforest knelt over to the sleeping man. He murmured in his ear, "Senor, when you awake, please look upon all of us with new eyes." What do you think that means when the child says, "Look upon all of us with new eyes"? New eyes.
He's talking about look up on all of us with our eyes and like wake up and see all of us.
Wake up and see all of us.
So,
Raise your hand. Raise your hand.
Wake up and see what the what's it called?
The K-pop.
Yeah, the Kapok tree is how is it helping?
How it's helping us. Very good, Jaden.
and when he said we see all our new eyes, that mean what are they looking at me for? Cause the only thing he is doing is chopping down the tree.
Chopping down the tree, so he's not realizing all that he's affecting. Josiah, do you have something to add? Nothing to add? Just listening? Taylor, do you have your hand raised? What do you think he means when he says, look upon all of us with new eyes? Because you can't really grow new eyes in your head, But that does mean something. It says, look upon us with new eyes. And everybody gave the right answer. What do you think it means? Look at us. And when you chop down this tree and you hurt us, you're hurting yourself. So, do you think the man, raise your hand and tell me. Somebody answer this, raise your hand. Does the man have new eyes? What do you think, Kevon?
I think probably.
You think probably?
No.
You don't think he's going to have new eyes? You don't think he's going to be changed? What do you think, Josiah? Probably? What do you think,
I
Jaden?
think he changed because when you was like just flipping the pages, he did not chop the tree.
He didn't chop the tree down. So we have somebody who thinks he does change. Somebody says probably not. Have somebody says probably. What do you think, Miss Taylor? Probably. Probably not. Okay, we're going to see. I'm going to turn the page really slow like the sloth. Because sloths move really slow. It says, the man awoke with a start. Before he stood, the rainforest child and all around him staring were the creatures who depended upon the great Kapok tree. What wondrous and rare animals live there than they were. So here are all of these animals that have been talking to the man while he was asleep.
Did he talk to him? That blackbird.
Let's raise our hands.
What's that?
That's a cat.
It didn't say nothing.
Some of the animals, some of the animals didn't have to say anything because they just let the other animals talk for them.
And this
Please raise your hand. Yes.
This gotta be related to this one.
That's an ocelot. It's a different kind of cat that lives wild. It says, the man looked about and saw the sun streaming through the canopy. Spots of bright light glowed like jewels amidst the dark green forest. Strange and beautiful plants seemed to dangle in the air, suspended from the great Kapok tree. The man smelled the fragrant perfume of their flowers. He felt the steamy mist rising from the forest floor, but he heard no sounds, for the creatures were strangely silent. I think the creatures were silent because they were waiting to see if the man were looking at them with new eyes. So we're going to find out if he has new eyes. The man stood and picked up his axe and swung back his arm as though to strike the tree. What do you think he does? Does he strike the tree again?
No.
No. Okay, let's see. Suddenly he stopped. He turned and looked at the animals and the child. He hesitated. Then he dropped the axe and walked out of the rain.
Oh, that's right. He don't have no.
So-
Okay, you said.
All y'all said.
Please raise your hand. I'll call on you when you're ready to raise your hand.
I did it right. I just want to
Oh, I'm going to have to give you another check. Okay, so now we're going to, okay, thank you for raising your hand. Yes.
And I also, my music teacher, he used to take letters away.
Take letters away? That's something, I'll think about that. Okay, so now we're going to do this, we're going to do an activity. And that's something I think you guys would like. So, I need everybody to please stand. Everybody please stand. And grab 2 cards and put the cards around your neck. Taylor, come grab a card. Come grab 2 cards, put them around your neck. Jada. Josiah. Josiah, yeah. Josiah's gonna be the Kapok tree. And grab the stick, Josiah. Keep on. Okay, Josiah, I need you to stand in the middle. And I need everyone else to stand around the Kapok tree. Make a circle around the Kapok tree. Kind of spread out some. 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 Okay, let's look and see what pictures we have. Nakaya is the Yanamoa tribe child. And she's also the anteater. Taylor is the sloth and the bee. Jaden is the monkey, the toucan, and the macaw.
I left one of them.
Kevon is the boa constrictor and the tree frog. And we have 2 extras. Let's see, who's been sitting very quietly this whole time? Let's see. Taylor, we're going to let you be the tree porcupine. And Nakai, we'll let you be the jaguar as well. Thank you. Okay, so this is so I need you guys to kind of spread out and try to form a half circle. You know, we have to do a half circle because we don't have a lot of room. When you hear these are the instructions. When you hear your name called, come to the tree, and the tree will give you what you need. Which means, when your name is called, for instance, the first animal that we're going to call is going to be the boa constrictor. So just wait. So when I call your name, you're going to come up and grab one of these strings and go back to your place. And that represents or means, shows what you're getting from the kapok tree. Oh, one of them fell off. Let's tie it around. So guys, be careful with these strings because some of them are loose. Right? Are we ready? Okay. So it says the boa constrictor lives in the kapok tree. He slithered down the trunk. And said, the kapok tree has been the home for my family for years and years. We are dependent upon you for shelter. Then it says, the bees buzz around. You're the bee. Okay. The bees buzz around the kapok tree. They have built their hive in the tree. The bees fly from tree to tree and flower to flower, collecting pollen. They pollinate the trees and flowers throughout the rainforest. The kapok tree provides a place for bees to build many hives. The next is the monkeys. Very good, Jaden. Very good. It says the monkeys swing from the vines to branches of the kapok tree. They are dependent on your vines to swing on. The kapok tree provides many vines to many monkeys to swing from branch to branch. The tree frog. Who's the tree frog? Grab another. Very good. Go back. Step back some, Jaden. Very good. This way, take your time. Says the tree frogs crawl on your leaves. The tree frogs need the leaves to hide from predators so they can be camouflaged. Your leaves match their skin perfectly. The jaguar. The jaguar also sleeps in a tree. He finds his lunch and supper in the kapok tree. The kapok tree provides a home to the jaguar's prey, the animals that he depends on for food. So we need to make sure we're listening to why these animals rely on this kapok tree. The porcupine. That's you, Taylor. You're also the porcupine. Go back. The porcupine swing down the kapok tree from branch to branch. The porcupine says, we need you for our oxygen. All animals, people included, need you to breathe. The next is the anteater. Very good. Listen to the anteater. The anteater climbed down the kapok tree with her young clinging to her back. They say our children are dependent on you. You provide us with a home. Without you, our children have no future. The sloth. Who's the sloth? Who's the sloth? Taylor, you're the sloth. Come up and get another branch. Very good, Taylor. The sloths began climbing down very slowly from the canopy of the kapok tree. The sloth said, "You're such a beautiful tree. On you, flowers grow and butterflies rest. You make the rainforest a beautiful place." Then it says, a child from the Yanomama tribe walked up to the Kapok tree and said, "You provide us with shade for the forest floor and a sturdy trunk for our family's home. On you we depend on for fruits and other vegetation to eat." Okay, so these are all of the animals. But then one day, we have the macaw came by. And macaw said that they flew throughout the rainforest and they saw what happened when all of the trees, when a lot of the trees in the rainforest are being cut down. So the macaw was trying to warn the man how dangerous it is for us to cut down trees in the rainforest. So I'm going to pretend like I'm the woodcutter. And I'm coming from this furniture company. And I want this Kapok tree to be cut down because Kapok trees make good mattresses and Kapok trees makes other things. So I'm going to chop down this Kapok tree. So, raise your hand. I want you to raise, don't blurt out, raise your hand. I'm going to ask, how do you think the animals feel now that the Kapok tree has been cut down? This is kind of a little bit different from the story. I just want you guys to try to imagine how the animals feel.
The animals feel, they don't have anything, they don't have any food or anything.
So maybe they feel really sad because now they're afraid because they have no food. Taylor? Mad.
I feel sad because we cut down trees. That's where birds and stuff live, bees, and then where the jaguar gets food from.
That's what Jack wants. So now they're afraid, like, where we're going to go and find new food or find another home. What will happen to the animals now that the Kapok tree has been cut down? What will happen to the animals, Jaden? They may die. They may die.
They'll starve and they'll be by themselves in the forest, so they can get eaten or.
So other predators, which are other animals that eat other animals, may capture them and eat them, or they may starve and die.
And the flowers may turn to a desert, and the jaguar won't have nothing to eat.
Very good. That's something we read about in the book. Very, very, very good. Next question. What will happen to the people in the rainforest? The people in the rainforest. Josiah.
They get more houses.
They get more houses? Why?
No more furniture.
More furniture? Maybe. Because they would cut down this Kapok tree and we're using this Kapok tree for furniture. Someone else can add to that. Keep on.
They might need to relocate because they just cut down all their food.
They just cut down all this food. Jaden? They may die.
And they might get more oxygen.
Let's stop right there. Who can help Nakai out? She said the people would get more oxygen if we cut down this Kapok tree. Who can help her out, Josiah?
They get less oxygen.
They get less oxygen. The whole world would get less oxygen. The rainforest is called the Earth's lungs, meaning that because of the rainforest, we have the oxygen that we breathe. Okay, so very good. So I need, when I call your name, I need you to walk over to the table, take your tag off, put it on the table, and find a seat. Josiah. Raise your hand. Miss Johnson. Micaiah. Yvonne. Jaden. Take your tag off. Taylor. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to complete this sheet together.
Thank you.
Okay, so write your names at the top. Kevon, could you read the directions for us?
Draw a line from the quote to the name of the animals who said those words in the story.
Okay, so we're going to read the quotes on this side first, one quote at a time, and we're going to draw a line over to the animal that said. Okay, so the first quote says, all living things depend on one another. Who said that in the story? The first quote says, all living things depend on one another. Which animal said that?
Was it the three?
What, the tree frog? No, the three-toed sloth.
Mm-hmm.
Who can help her out? Kevon.
It was the tree frog.
It was the bee.
It was the bee. All living things depend on, so need to draw a line from all living things depend on one another to the bee. The bee.
What?
Jaden, did you draw it? All living things depend on one another. Draw that from there to the bee. The next one says, you will leave many of us homeless if you chop down this great kapok tree.
The jaguar.
It wasn't the jaguar.
The child.
The child, it wasn't a child. Kevon.
Porcupine. Even.
Josiah.
The sloth.
The
sloth.
It was the tree frog.
Where we at? The second one.
Mm-hmm.
Just make it go across.
The tree.
The next one, the third one down says, if you cut it down, where will I find my dinner?
The
Josiah,
jaguar.
the jaguar.
That's easy.
Mm-hmm.
You remember stuff in the book.
Mimi, Ray, fix that. If you cut it down, very good. Very good. The next one says, if you cut down the forest, you will destroy that which gives us all life. Taylor.
The porcupine.
The porcupine. Very good. I love the way
number
these
4.
brains are working and moving.
Yeah,
And
number
these
4.
brains are growing.
Be right here.
Mm-hmm.
Which one are we on? Which one are we on?
No.
Oh. This one.
Porcupine. Very good. Who knows the next one?
Me.
Look, give Josiah. Go ahead and read the next one. Shirley.
Surely you know what happens tomorrow. Depends on what you do today.
The anteater.
The anteater. Awesome. Awesome. Very good, Taylor. Very good, Taylor. Yes, Josiah.
I know the next.
You know the
I
next
know
one?
the next one.
Well, let's give him let's let Nakai have a try. Nakai.
When
you awake,
wait, please
look
upon your
us.
All it with new eyes. The child.
The child.
Oh, you did that.
The child. Very good. Very good. Very good, Jaden. Very good. Very good. Awesome.
It's the
Okay, raise your hand if you want to do the last one.
Me?
Jaden, let's give Jaden a try.
If you destroy the beautiful
Beauty.
the beauty of the rainforest, on what would you feel
Feast.
with your eyes?
Who said that?
The bee.
What's the sauce?
The sauce, the
The-
three-toed sauce.
The three-toed sloth. Very good.
We all get an A+.
Okay, so now we have one more thing to do. So what we're going to do is we are going to create, or I want you guys to, I won't say create, but I want you guys to write on this paper that I'm about to hand out. I already folded for you. There are 3 columns. And on each column, I want you guys to draw a picture of one of the animals from the story. That's okay, do your best. I have to give you more paper. But wait 1 second. Draw one of the animals from the story and write the thing that they said was important to the rainforest. Try not to look at your papers. I want you to try to do this from memory. Okay, we're going to try. I just want to see how much we remember from the story.
Okay, I know how to do it.
Josiah, did you have a question?
Can we do it on the back?
No, you're gonna. I have one I did for you. Here's an example of what it should look like.
We did the frog,
I did the boa constrictor, the tree frog, and the porcupine. I remember I said the porcupine said oxygen. So this is just an example of what it should look like. So I'm gonna give, because I need to give
color?
Taylor. You can color. There are crayons and markers and color pencils on the table. Taylor, I need to give you a piece of paper. Thank you for patiently waiting. So you need to draw an animal from the story. You're gonna draw 3 animals. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. 1, 2, 3, eyes on you. 1, 2, look at me. Look at you. Okay, you're gonna draw an animal from the story. You're gonna end up with 3 animals on the page altogether. 1 animal per column. And you need to write what that animal said about the rainforest. Okay, we're going to try our best. Try our best. Let's try not to look at the paper, but if you need to, you can glance back to the paper. I want you to try, let's try to think of it without looking at the paper first. And then after a while, we can try to refer back to the paper.
I got to try to be with yellow markers.
Try to remember from the story. Remember what the child said. The jaguar said. The bee.
I'm drawing a bee.
And you don't have to remember, you can remember the one thing. Like I remember I said the porcupine says we need oxygen. So you can write the word oxygen and draw the porcupine. But that's my example. Won't you come up with one on your own?
Okay. I just drew bee. Ooh.
You don't remember what the bee said?
No.
Think about flowers. What do we say?
They pollen.
Pollinate. Very good. See? You thought of that on your own.
Where's the pollen?
P.
P.
O. L. L. I.
T.
N.
N. O. T.
A.
A. T.
E. Yes, sir.
E.
It's the E at the end.
Pollen.
Oh, I love that jaguar. What are you coming up with, Keon?
I don't know.
You don't know yet? Taylor, what did you? The bee. What did the bee say? You just mentioned pollen.
The monkey. Forgot what the monkey said.
And flowers. Huh? Where? W-E apostrophe R-E. It's contraction. Are you trying to say we are?
Where?
Where?
I feel like where would I find my
Oh,
phone?
W-H-E.
Oh,
R-E.
okay, right
So if you
there.
get stuck, look back at your paper if you get stuck.
Anteater. Okay, erase the
See. All living things.
This
It's
was
like
all my
living
teeth.
things.
She crossed it off, but then she wrote it over.
Mm-hmm. Living
And I had to
things.
write the anteater.
Try your best.
Is it all?
And if you get too stuck, you can look at your papers if you get stuck.
No, I said anteater. Just...
You have one more animal. And you have to write what the anteater said. What did the anteater say? Look at your paper. Look at your paper.
The anteater. He said...
Think in your mind. Think in your mind. Where will I find my dinner? Awesome, Jaden. Okay, you have two more animals.
Where's my pen? I just used it on. Let me figure out what the monkeys. So if we just go how it's wrong, then there could be
You can look at the picture. If you need to see how to draw your animal, you can look at your picture. Absolutely. It's over here. Were you trying to draw the monkey?
the anteater.
Yeah, you can look at that.
You look at that. I like
The anteaters are popular.
If you try to key it, you can draw.
Nice handwriting, Kevon. What'd you come up with, Josiah? Your first one. The anteater. If you destroy the beauty.
No, that's not the anteater.
I mean, that's the sloth. Exactly, because I remember the sloth mentioned beauty in the rainforest.
And my teacher doing writing in our school. That's why I learned how to write. She taught us how to write with her stuff.
You good.
Curse.
Good. So this one is the jaguar.
Yes.
I remember he mentioned something about dinner.
He did. He won't have no dinner.
I
He
like
cut down the
that
trees.
jaguar.
Keep going. What is this? Is this your anteater?
I don't know.
Is the monkey or the anteater? Taylor, what is this? Is the anteater?
What did he undo?
We want to play some rainforest music for you guys. You only have one more animal. Kevon, what tribe was the child from? What was the name of his tribe? Do you remember?
No,
What letter does it start with?
I know it started with a T.
The tribe? The name of the child's tribe?
Yeah, I know it starts.
With a T?
Oh, wow.
A Y. It started with a Y. It's a big long word.
It's right here.
You see that, sir? You want to draw it on the back? You want to keep going?
It's right here, Kevon.
Yana Mama.
Yana Mama.
Mm-hmm.
Say. Can I draw it at the back because I got this one?
You drawing, child? You done, Kevon? You have one more animal. You just have one more. And Jalen, what did the porcupine mean when it says it gives us life? How do we get life? From the oxygen in the trees. Very good.
Finish.
Okay, sit quietly and clean up your area. Actually, once you clean up your area, you can grab a book and read while we wait on the rest of us to finish. Very good. If you're done, clean up your area and grab a book to read while we wait on the rest of us to finish. And write your, don't forget to write your name.
My name is
Oh!
You can reach out the books also. So I love that you went the extra step and you came up with 3 more animals. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. You drew them on the back. I love it. Extra effort. Hard work in action. Taylor, what do you have? It says, surely you know that what happens tomorrow depends on what you do today. And who is this? The anteater. Okay, you have one more animal. Very good, hard work. Jaden, have a seat. Have a seat, Jaden.
Just because the winds are stretching my over one.
Up your area before you start reading.
you to be in, outside all day. Earth or whatever. And if you do does say every sound outdoors, people think they're